Have you ever been in a situation where you've got this massive project to deliver in, say, 2 weeks' time, but you're not really clear on how to start? What should you do? Let's say it's a big report. Should you dive in and start writing? I'd argue you shouldn't. Instead, you should spend some time breaking the tasks down so it's super clear what needs to be done. The reasons why task breakdown is useful is because it reduces that overwhelm factor. I feel pretty intimidated when I confront a project of that magnitude, but if I can be clear about, okay, the first step is to plan the structure that's going to take me half an hour, I can begin with that. I feel motivated because I know that's within my abilities. It's discrete enough that I can easily get started. By breaking down the tasks in more detail, it also means that I understand how long it's going to take in total. If it's this amorphous blob of work, I'm not really going to be able to estimate how much time I need to carve out in my calendar, and I also can't delegate it. Unless I am super clear on what all the subtasks are, I can't ask anyone else to help. Our goal is to go from having heaps and heaps of directions that we could head in to being very clear about where we can begin. The process will involve 3 steps, beginning with a brain dump where you set a timer for example, 2 minutes. I've got one here. I've got 2 minutes left to finish this video. You write down as many subtasks as you can. And you can do it either on paper or using software. You could mind map it, whatever is going to work for you. The key thing is that you try and use your brain to plan out absolutely everything that could be done. That's probably not going to be enough on its own though, because there might be steps that you've forgotten. So you want to ask other people for input as well. That can come a bit later. You can begin by organizing your thoughts, estimating the amount of time required for each task, thinking about what task needs to be done first. It might be that before I can actually start writing, I need to research. And after I research, at that point I should prepare structure. So you can figure out what is the order of tasks, and then either probably worthwhile doing it at multiple steps. You may want to ask people for input even before you start organizing, but definitely once you have got a structured plan, you want other people to review it. Could even be people that you're going to delegate the work to. You can show them your plan and they'll probably have questions which will help you to improve it. And they might notice things that you've missed, and they might be able to point out what might take longer than you've suggested. The end result is that you'll have a set of small tasks that you can actually wrap your head around, that you can do in an hour perhaps. That would probably be the ideal size of the task. Any smaller and it gets there's too many tasks to deal with. Any larger and it becomes hard to actually begin. You could theoretically use a Gantt chart. That's not required though. But the main thing is that you're very clear on what the next steps are and you're motivated because of that clarity. Maybe you've got a project right now that could benefit from this process. Time to start breaking it down.